The Ohio State Buckeyes just pulled off one of the most shocking defensive overhauls in recent memory. Gone are the anchors of the nation's top defense, replaced by a new coaching staff that must rebuild an entirely gutted unit. With just 3 starters returning, the question is simple. Can Ohio State maintain its defensive dominance, or is a disastrous fall from grace inevitable? The Buckeyes' defensive shakeup, a recipe for success or disaster. Ohio State isn't just making minor adjustments. This is a full-blown defensive reconstruction. The program has turned to a mix of experienced NFL minds and college strategists to stop the bleeding before it even begins. Enter Matt Patricia, the NFL veteran with a shaky resume. The name Matt Patricia instantly raises eyebrows. Yes, he was the defensive coordinator behind 2 New England Patriots Super Bowl victories. But he also orchestrated one of the most disappointing coaching stints in recent NFL history. Patricia's tenure as the Detroit Lions head coach was nothing short of disastrous. A 13-29-1 record, a locker room that reportedly despised him, a defense that never lived up to expectations. And now he's tasked with resurrecting an Ohio State defense that just lost 8 starters to the NFL draft. Can Patricia regain his former glory as a defensive mastermind? Or will Buckeye Nation regret this decision? Tim Walton's promotion, a reward for excellence or a desperate move? Then there's Tim Walton, who climbed the ranks quickly after arriving at Ohio State in 2022. The Buckeyes secondary was elite under his guidance, finishing number 1 in passing yards allowed in 2023 and number 3 in 2024. But here's the real challenge. Ohio State won't just need lockdown cornerbacks. They need an entirely new defensive identity. Can Walton step up as a top defensive mind? Or is this just another case of Ohio State promoting from within and hoping for the best? Matt Guerrieri, the wild card in the Buckeyes' grand plan. Matt Guerrieri's role in all of this is intriguing. A former co-defensive coordinator at Duke in Indiana, his resume doesn't exactly scream game changer. At Indiana in 2023, his defense was solid, but far from elite. Now, he's expected to help Patricia and Walton keep Ohio State's defense among the best in the country. The real question, will Guerrieri's influence push Ohio State to defensive greatness, or is he just another piece of an unproven experiment? The mass exodus, Ohio State loses almost everything. Here's the brutal truth. Ohio State's defense is in crisis mode. The Buckeyes aren't just losing a few key pieces, they're losing an entire defensive unit that dominated college football. Every single defensive lineman from last year's squad is gone. The draft will likely claim multiple first-round picks from this defense, including some of the best pass rushers in the country. Ohio State's linebackers and secondary are also taking huge hits. The lone survivors, can Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles carry the load? There is, however, a glimmer of hope. Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles are absolute studs. Caleb Downs might just be the best safety in college football heading into 2025. Sonny Styles is an athletic freak at linebacker with the potential to be a first-round pick next year. But here's the issue. Football isn't a 2-man game. If the Buckeyes don't get immediate contributions from new starters and freshmen, this defense could collapse faster than anyone expects. The stakes, can Ohio State avoid a collapse? Ohio State fans are already nervous. The Buckeyes have been known for elite defenses, but this is the biggest transition in years. Their biggest rival, Michigan, is coming off a national championship. Ryan Day's job security could depend on this defensive rebuild. If Patricia, Walton, and Guerrieri fail, Ohio State's playoff hopes could be shattered. If they succeed, the Buckeyes will once again be the most feared team in college football. One thing is certain, this will be one of the most fascinating storylines in college football next season. Tragedy strikes the shocking loss of Ben Christman. As if the Buckeyes offseason wasn't dramatic enough, tragedy struck the football world when UNLV offensive lineman Ben Christman was found dead in his apartment. Christman, who was once a highly ranked recruit at Ohio State, had just transferred to UNLV after stints at Kentucky. He was only 21 years old. UNLV head coach Dan Mullen called Christman a respected leader and someone who made the world a better place. This devastating loss has shaken college football, leaving both UNLV and Ohio State communities mourning the young lineman's passing. The final verdict, a make-or-break season for Ohio State. Ohio State's defense is at a crossroads. The new coaching staff, led by Matt Patricia, Tim Walton, and Matt Guerrieri, must prove they can keep the Buckeyes at the top of college football. The loss of 8 defensive starters is a massive challenge, but with Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles leading the way, there's still hope. Will Ohio State's defense rise from the ashes, or is this the beginning of a downward spiral? Buckle up, Buckeye Nation. The 2025 season is about to get wild.